Guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm doing a video that was requested by the owner of my all-time favorite glitter company called the Glitter Grind. She wanted me to create a video about silicone mold tutorials. So if you're not familiar with silicone molds, you can get them at the Glitter Grind. I will post my affiliate link in the description. Click on that link, it'll take you straight to the Glitter Grind's website. There's so many different shapes of silicone molds. I can't talk today, but pretty much what you do is you just fill these molds with epoxy. You can mix glitter in with them, mica powders, acrylic paints, leave them just clear. You can do whatever you want with them. And I stocked up on silicone molds when I was mixing up like way too much epoxy to do my tumblers, and like I would put epoxy over all of my tumblers, and then I would have like that much epoxy left. And because I mix up like an ungodly amount for some reason, I don't know why, I just do. But so I would have all this epoxy left over, and then I would just like throw it in the trash because it's not like you can save it because it hardens. So it was like hurting my heart because epoxy is like kind of pricey, and I was just like throwing it away. So I stocked up on silicone molds, and my biggest seller in my Facebook group has been these car coasters. These are the car coaster silicone molds. I think they're like 2.5 inches wide or something like that. Pretty sure it'll fit like any car. But this is what they turn out like. I made some Christmas ones, and I made these with the Glitter Grind's mistletoe glitter. She has a really gorgeous holiday glitter collection. Pretty sure she still has some like fall and Halloween stuff in there too. So if you're still wanting to make anything like that. But I did get some Christmas glitter. Got this one and one called Candy Cane. I don't know where it is. I have so many cups up on my shelf and it's blocking my glitter. But it's like a chunky red and white mix. But I made these and they've gone over really well. I've made a few sets of these. And you know, I sell them in a set of 2 for like $8. So this was just made with leftover epoxy. I mixed up too much. I took this glitter and I poured it directly into the cup that I had part A and part B mixed. Started up real good. Poured it directly into these little molds until they were full but not like overflowing full. And then I let it set for 24 hours. It still needed to harden a little bit more, but I did take them out because I've noticed that if I leave, like if I just like forget about it for some reason and I leave my coasters or whatever mold I'm using in the mold for too long, when I am like trying to peel the mold off the back, like sticks, like it's hardened into my mold, and I've ruined a couple molds doing that. So I take it out the next day, maybe even less than 24 hours, and if it's still like kind of bendy and not totally cured, I'll just sit it down on something completely flat, and it hardens, and then it's fine. So I'm going to mix up some epoxy for my tumblers that I have on my turner over here that need done, and you know, I'm sure that I'm going to have like a lot left over. So I will show you how I make these car coasters. I have some orders for more of these. I'm actually going to add some white acrylic paint in, just like a little dab in with my epoxy before I add the glitter. So instead of these being clear, they're going to have like a whitish background with all of the glitter. So let's get started. Okay, so I got my tumblers epoxied. This is how much I have left, which I think will be plenty enough to make a set of coasters. So all I'm going to do is take this white apple barrel acrylic paint, and I'm just putting just a little bit. Like that's all that's in there right now. I'm going to mix it up, and it really doesn't take much. See, so now the whole thing's white. Now I'm going to take my mistletoe from the Glitter Grind, and I'm just going to go crazy with it. You know what? I'm just going to open the whole lid and get it everywhere. Okay, that was probably too much, but it's okay. Mix it all together. Well, it wasn't too much. That's actually fine. Mix it all together really good. And now I'm just going to pour it into these molds. And do it slowly, like you don't want to pour in too much because you can always add some. It's kind of harder to take some out. So I'm just going to let it level itself out because we all know that epoxy is a self-leveling thing. So I'm going to let it level out. I'm trying to make sure I have it in like the most level spot possible. I'm just going to put like a tad more in there. So now that that's done, I'm going to let this set overnight. It is like 3 o'clock right now, I think. So I'll probably be back around the same time tomorrow. And I'll take these out and show you what they look like after they're cured. And something really cool about silicone molds, like whenever you make stuff with them, you know, you can make them just the plain glitter, or you can even put vinyl on them. Like this is the set that I made. There's another one, but I put vinyl, just cut out vinyl just like I would for a tumbler, put it on there with my transfer tape. It says faith over fear, and then I put just a thin layer of epoxy over it. So there's that. And then what I did over the summertime, which was a huge hit over the summer, was I made the coasters and I just put a little bit of white glitter. I used Golf Sands from the Glitter Grounds, my favorite white glitter. But I just added a little bit in there, and I actually put a water slide on the car coaster. I just printed out small water slides. I think I made them like 2.25 in height or something like that. So I did the sunflower, and then I put a small layer of epoxy over that as well. I sold a ton of those over the summertime. So I'm just going to let those sit and then come back tomorrow and take them out of the mold. Alright, so it's the next day. It's been roughly like 20 hours maybe, but they felt like they completely cured. They're not tacky or anything. So I'm going to come over here on this part and just very gently pull the whole entire mold away. And it is a little bendy, I can see that just from how I mentioned yesterday. It would probably be a little bendy for a couple days. But that's what it looks like now, and I have like these little rough edges. I can take my little knife here and just very gently kind of saw it away. And then I'll give it another day. So like tomorrow I'll come back and like sand down the edges just to make sure everything's really smooth. But yeah, these are still a little bendy, but they're not tacky, so they're going to cure just fine. I'm just trying to be really, really careful. So now I'm just going to set them on this table where they're flat and let them sit there for another day or so, and then they'll be completely hard. But here's another thing. I brought them outside. I keep them in my house. But I made these little wine glass holders. Here's the mold for it. If you don't know exactly what these are, you can put the bottle of wine through here and then hang wine glasses over here. They're really, really cool. I've made a couple of them, but they take like a ton of epoxy. Like way too much epoxy for me to just mix them up and make some, unless I have custom orders for them. But I love this one over here. This one's my favorite. So literally there are so many things you can do with silicone molds, and as you can see, it's really, really simple to do. You can even, which I think would be really cute, print out like a vinyl snowflake, place it on here, spray paint it whatever color you want, like white or green or red or silver, whatever, and then peel that off and it'll be like a little peekaboo. You can put a thin layer of epoxy over it. But yeah, so silicone molds are really useful to have around if you pour too much epoxy, mix it up like I do. You can make all kinds of stuff with it and sell it or keep it or whatever you want to do. Me, I have a stash of like probably like 25 sets of car coasters that I've just made because I mix up too much epoxy and I make the car coasters out of it, and they just set until I accumulate enough to post like a big bulk sale on my Facebook page. But that's it for my silicone mold tutorial. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe.